Today, I just want to talk intimate with you. I wanted to feel like we're on FaceTime. So let's just get straight into the conversation, right? I've been thinking about time and the world, society, the standards that we have placed on ourselves is like we have to have set time schedules for literally everything, especially when it comes to dating, right? We will tell ourselves, oh, we have to wait 6 months, we have to wait 3 months, we have to, and that might not even be the person for you. You're taking this so serious, and it has to be within what society said it's supposed to be and how society said it's supposed to look, that you're not even enjoying what it is. You're just trying to force it and make it be what you think it's supposed to be, sucking the fun out of it, sucking the lesson out of it, sucking the experience dry. Okay? We get too caught up in that. And I just came to realize this really yesterday and some of today. I was just thinking and talking to God, and I'm like, we need to stop taking life so serious and take our spirit serious. If your spirit is saying that's okay, if your spirit is saying this is a good person, if your spirit is saying this is a good thing, go with that. Don't go with, well, I've only known him for a month. I'm not saying jump off a cliff with him. I'm not saying get married. What I'm saying is, don't take life so serious to the point where you're not even allowing yourself to have fun with this person, or allowing yourself to just be open or just enjoy the moment because of a time restraint, when God does not even work in the same time that we work in. He can do it overnight. Have you ever had them situations where, or have heard about the situations where people have been in relationships for years and years and years and years, just for them to break up, and then they get with somebody else, and what they wanted in that relationship that never happened over that time span of years happened within months? Get caught up in your spirit and not in the time, okay? Because you never know how God's going to work or what's going to happen. And it's like every single relationship that you get in, every situation that you get in, is teaching you something. Because of your last relationship, you know how you want a man to treat you. You know what it is that you're looking for and what you're not going to settle with, okay? You know how to better set standards. For the first time in my life, I don't feel bad about setting standards. You're either going to meet me at my standard, or you're just not going to meet me. I'm not coming. Vice versa. I respect your boundaries and your standards too. It's not just me. But listen, I've been through enough in my life and enough relationships in my life, and to the point where I know what it is that I want, down to how I want it to look. And I'm not going to just get caught up in that, so where I get caught up in control, but I'm going to express it. You cannot be afraid of setting standards. We are so used to not setting standards, to the point where when somebody else sets standards, we get irritated. It begins to be an argument. Like, how come I do all this, not drop this, not sacrifice this, not It's that when it comes to them setting a standard and a boundary, when, first of all, ma'am, sir, you're supposed to have standards and boundaries too. Why are you getting mad that they setting a standard and you just been a free for all and letting them do whatever? Set you a standard. And I know sometimes people say it's harder to set standards with people that you've already been with. But let me tell you something. Somebody who is for you is going to meet you at the new version of you. You're not going to stay the same person the entire relationship. Listen, I was with somebody for years and did not know them for real. I knew a version of them. I knew half of them. They knew the girl I was, but not the woman that I am now. I knew the man they used to be, but not the man that they are now. We are not going to stay the same in nothing. Not in a relationship, not in a friendship, not in business, not in motherhood, not in daughter. We're never going to stay the same, not even in our relationship with God. So we get to know these standards of a person, or this. We get to know a person from where they are right now. And then when they grow, we think that they are still that version of them. They're a completely new person. You have to be actively changing and growing and elevating in everything that you do, because you'll never be the same. Life will never be the same. Life is constantly changing and constantly moving. So why aren't you? Why are you getting caught up in time and how it's supposed to be and how it's supposed to look, instead of just getting caught up in your spirit and how it serves you? One thing about it, when you begin to walk, talk, and exude the very thing that you want to be, everything that you desire will come to you effortlessly. Like, God provides. And I know a lot of people will say that's cliche, like, oh, God provide, He provide. But you need to align yourself with what it is that He's saying and what it is that He promised you. If you don't align yourself with that thing, you're not going to believe that that is possible. And the fact that you don't believe that that is possible is the reason why it has not manifested. God provides, y'all. Okay, I know what it is that I want and what I desire in life, and I walk outside like that every day. I don't have to worry about what I'm going to eat. What? You want to eat lunch today? I was just thinking about eating and somebody just invited me to lunch. I don't even have to pay for it. I don't even have to cook. They're cooking. I don't even have to worry about transportation or picking me up. I don't have to worry. Like, God provides. Okay, and as you are being served, you are also serving others. I serve people on a daily basis, y'all. Bumped into a homeless man while I was going to deposit a check in my account the other day. And I didn't even get to deposit it because me and him got to talking, we laughing, we kicking it. This random homeless man just walked up to me, bro. And we just talking and chilling and kicking it. And he was like, he wanted a beer or something, some beer, Four Loko and some cigarettes. And he was trying to give me a portable charger and a beanie. Mind you, I needed a hat because it was raining, but I didn't really care that much. Mind you, I've been needing a portable charger. I'm like, what? But I let him keep it because it's like, bro, you homeless. You need this more than I need it. God gonna give me one. It don't matter. You don't gotta pay me for this Four Loko or this cigarettes. Wait outside. I'm gonna go get it. I'm gonna bring it to you, and we gonna still chop it up and talk. I do that. We come back outside. We chopping up. We talking, and the person who's going to pick me up for lunch, pulled up, and me and the homeless guy was talking, and the homeless guy hugged me or whatever, and we walk. Listen, y'all be out here walking around scary. Y'all be walking around too worried about stuff. If it's COVID, if I hug this homeless person, I might get COVID. Listen, God provides, bro. I hopped in the car, hand sanitizer, wipes. I'm good. You feel me? It don't even matter. Stop stressing. Stop worrying. Stop trying to control time. Because the more you try to control time, is the more time is going to control you. Now you got all these time limits and you can't enjoy life because you got a deadline. When did God start working in deadlines? I feel like I went off on a tangent there, Lord. Bring me back. Because sometimes I be sharing too much and doing too much and I don't even want to do that. But it's like, no weapon formed against me shall prosper. So why am I even worried? I know that there's certain things I need to keep it to myself and certain things that I can share. And I'm very aware. But I feel like sometimes when I get vulnerable or I get more open or I start to share more of my life or my experience or what's going on in my life, I tend to get a little nervous because I'm like spiritual warfare, people speaking against it. But if you before me, then nobody and nothing can be against me. So why am I stressing it? John 16:33 said that you have already overcome the world. So whatever battle comes, not even my battle, and it's already won. So I'm not tripping. And I'm not going to get caught up in me thinking, oh, I'm talking too much. Because I'm not. Talk to yourself. It's not even you talking to yourself. You're talking to God. Okay? Don't be afraid of working it out. Because, y'all, life is not complicated. Life is really actually quite simple. And I've been tapping into the simplicity of it more and more and more. And I love it. It makes me trust God so much. I'm like, what was I ever tripping for? Why was I ever worried when you provide every single time? So, in conclusion, everything that I wanted to say is, listen, stop putting so much pressure on what it is that's coming to pass in your life. You keep thinking it's too good to be true. You keep thinking, oh, maybe I'm moving too fast. Maybe this is that. What if? And that's getting in the way of allowing it to be what it's supposed to be. Use your spiritual discernment. Deepen your intimacy with the Most High God. Okay, walk in the ways of Christ. Carry the fruits of the Spirit. I promise you, the more you live like that, the more, like, the deeper your spiritual connection and discernment will become. And in you living like that, you're not going to stress about time or things that we be stressing about. You're going to be able to be like, I don't have to sleep with this man if I don't want to sleep with this man. I've made a commitment to myself that I want to be abstinent. I don't want to indulge in that way. I want to know what it is that I'm giving my body to, because one thing about it is not just sex. Okay, spiritual attachments come with that. What strongholds are you battling in your bloodline that I'm about to pick up from sleeping with you, sir? Especially raw. Let's just keep it real right here on this channel. Okay, what am I about to pick up? So I'm not, just because you're doing certain things for me and we're enjoying each other's company does not mean that I am forced to come outside of any of my standards or what I've set for my life to appease you. Okay, and if you're truly intrigued by me or actively trying to pursue me or get to know me, that won't even faze you nor bother you, because I am worth the wait. I promise you that. I promise you I am. You have to carry a certain type of mindset, a certain type of energy, a certain type of aura to be like, hold on, I'm not trying to appease you. I'm trying to appease God. I'm going to have to deal with God. Okay? Not you. And God's wrath is way worse. That conviction that, listen, I don't care what energy you give me because I don't appease you. I care about the energy God's going to give. I care about what I'm going to have to go through behind me disappointing or disobeying God. There comes a point in time where you got to be so strong in your spirit that you're not willing to let up when it comes to what you promised God, when it comes to your walk with God, walking your faith. It comes a time where you have to exude abundance and be abundance in everything that you do, everything that you say, in every way that you move. Abundance does not introduce itself. You know what it is when it walks in the room. So everything and everybody around abundance aligns with that abundance. So you don't have to let up on your standards or your boundaries or what you set in place for anything or anybody, because you are abundance. Not cocky, not using people because you know your power. No, you just know your worth and you know your value. So stop rushing. Stop being anxious. Stop thinking that if you take a pause in the conversation that it's going to be awkward. Breathe. Think before you speak. Use your spiritual discernment. Be connected with your spirit. It's going to tell you how to move and who to be around. You can spend the night at a man's house and not sleep with him, and he won't even try to sleep with you because of the standard that you have set in the energy you exude. Okay, I'm not telling you to go out here and just be doing anything now. I'm just saying. You have the power. The power is within you. God is within you. So stop walking around like you powerless. Stop walking around like you don't know your worth or your value. Stop being afraid to set standards or boundaries because you might be rejected. Rejection is going to come with everything. It's going to set you up to be in a higher place because you've been rejected before. So you're not going to be afraid of it if it comes. And you're not going to be afraid to reject anything or anybody else in return. Not everything is for you. Our boundaries were broken down as children because we were taught that we could not say no. We were taught that we could not question certain things. We were taught that we could not say certain things. We were taught that we could not be certain things. Projection came and tore down a lot of our standards and boundaries as children. So now we feel like everybody's supposed to accept us and we're supposed to accept everything, and we're not supposed to be rejected. We're supposed to be liked all the time. And listen, you're going to be rejected. You're going to be told no. Everything and everybody's not for you. Every situation is not for you. Every opportunity is not to be accepted. Everybody is not to have access to your energy. Okay? It's life. But stop being so afraid of rejection that you are so willing to appease everybody and everything, but not even appease yourself. God wants you to walk in abundance. You can't walk in abundance and walk in the fact that he's called you to high places and walk in the fact that you're the head and not the tail, the lender and not the borrower, if you're out here trying to appease everybody and everything out of fear of rejection. If God did not reject you, keep pushing. Okay? The world can reject you, but if God is not rejecting you, that's the only thing that matters. You cannot be so busy, caught up in appeasing the world, but not appeasing God or yourself. Who are you living for? You got to check who you're living for. Who you doing this for? Okay, because it's not the world. If you try to appease the world and people, they're going to disappoint you every time. And they're going to take something from you each time. Listen, y'all. This walk of life is light. God says that his burdens are light. And I really feel like he means that this walk is light. We think it's heavy. We look at it out of the lens of heaviness and weariness and worry. We look at it like that because the world taught us to look at our burdens and suffering like that. It's light. When you align yourself with a certain mindset and a certain energy, you have that connection with God and you're actively going after it and not trying to be perfect but progress. It's light. The inconvenience can come and it's like, oh, okay, listen, I'm sick right now, but I'm going to get over it. It's a little spiritual warfare. Where did it come from? Came overnight. Soon as I'm tapping into different energies and increasing and elevating, all of a sudden I don't feel good. Goodbye. Okay, devil, not today. Might not feel the best, but I'm still going to operate as if I do feel good. Nothing to a giant. Small things. The inconvenience, you're going to start thanking God for that. So all I'm saying is don't get so caught up in time to the point where you're not getting caught up in your spirit. You're going against your spirit to operate in worldly things like time. Come on now. God can give it to you today. Right now after this video. Stop appeasing the world and appease God. Appease your spirit and get connected with it. That's all I'm saying. And I'm going to leave this video off here. And I pray, as always, that this brought you clarity and confirmation and closer to some type of revelation so that you can know what it is you need to work on. Take this back to God. Pray on it. Test my spirit. Test every spirit that you come across. All testing the spirit is taking back whatever you heard or whatever resonated with you, taking it back to God and asking him if this was for you and to confirm it through his word. Okay? Because you might hear things that resonate with you and it might just be a familiar spirit. We come across tarot readings and things like that all the time. It's like, oh, that really spoke to me. And that really, sometimes it just be familiar to invite you in. So make sure, and sometimes it might not be for that time or that season that you're in right now. Might be for later. Okay? It might have been in the past. That's why you got to take it up with God and have your own personal and intimate connection with him so that you know what to take on and what to leave exactly where it's at. All right. So as always, I pray that this blessed your life. I pray that you continue to grow and to thrive and to see that you are walking abundance. You do not have to settle. Okay. You do not have to keep looking out at life out of the lens of worry because that is not a fruit of God's spirit. Okay. Listen, you are righteous. You are abundant. You are beautiful. You are vibrant. You are the head and not the tail, the lender and not the borrower. All right? You are the bank. I need you to walk like it, talk like it, speak like it, move like it, and stop acting like you're anything less than. The first shall be last and the last shall be first. It's your time. So don't allow the enemy to bring back up cycles or like through your mindset. Cycles aren't always physical. Sometimes it's a mindset. Sometimes it's a posture. So don't let the enemy bring that cycle back up to slow you down or delay you from stepping into your breakthrough. You are too close. You've been suffering for too long for it not to come to pass. It's time. But don't let the enemy make you be the very thing that's standing in the way and making you have to go back through that cycle again. We're not doing that. Go check out my TikTok about spiritual warfare. We're not doing that. I'm going to link it below. We're not doing that. Okay? We're not doing that. It's your time. So stop letting the enemy make you think, oh, maybe I'm not ready. Maybe I need to learn more. Maybe I need to suffer more. You've been suffering your whole life. God's been training you your whole life. And that does not mean your suffering is going to end. It's going to continue. New levels equals new devils because you need to learn new things so that when you step into your purpose, you're already in it. As you're living in your purpose, as you're walking in your purpose, as you are helping other people, you will be able to be equipped and prepared and know how to handle it. It's really going to be small things to a giant because you've been being prepared your whole life. Okay? So don't grow weary in your suffering. Thank God for it. But don't get caught up in it. It's temporary. My circumstances are temporary. I'm just passing through because there's something that I need to learn. So my eyes are open. My ears are open. I am paying attention. Okay? And I'm not getting caught back up because the enemy is not about to make me have to go back through this again. I passed this test. Take up that. Take up your mat and walk. Taking up your mat and walking is not just sharing your testimony. It's taking up a new posture and belief system so that you can know that you are worthy of what it is that God has been placing in your mind, your vision. Taking up your mat and walking is you exuding abundance and walking as abundance. Walking as your belief. Do you believe you can be made free? You can be set free. Do you believe you can be made well? Do you believe? If you believe, take your mat up and walk. Walk in that belief. Talk like it. Move like it. Exude abundance. It's your time. Okay? Listen, y'all. Pay attention to my post on Instagram and TikTok. I have something that I'm dropping in the next 3 days. Okay? I'm not going to announce exactly what it is. Y'all gonna see it when y'all see it, but just know, be looking out, turn on your post notifications on YouTube, because I'm going to announce what it is on YouTube, TikTok, and Instagram. So do not miss my post. Okay? 3 days, y'all. 3 days from today, I will be posting it. Look out for that post. Okay? And listen, even if you come across it 3 days later, you gonna see it. Because I'm gonna get on here and say, hey, it's up. Okay, it's up. I need y'all to go. Okay, it's a surprise coming, and I'm super excited about it. I've been working on it for almost a month now. Jesus. Okay, Jesus. I didn't know it was gonna take this long, but I know it's gonna be life changing. So that's what I'm excited about, and I'm excited to see what comes from it. And just to hear you guys like feedback and testimonials, and yeah, I'm just excited. So be on the lookout for that. I will see you guys later, and I pray that you have an absolutely amazing day. Don't let nobody steal your peace. Don't let nobody steal your joy. Continue to walk, talk, and speak as what you want to become. Okay? It's not just operating externally. It's also doing the internal work. So make sure you praying, journaling, meditating, and identifying what it is that has been holding you back. Okay? If you have not already and you're still feeling like you're caught in fear, you already know what time it is. Click that link in the description box so that we can break down where that fear came from, how you can combat that fear, and how you can change your energy when it comes to combating and just not being scared, y'all. It's time to not be scared. Okay, you so scared about wasting time, about disappointing God. You don't know what decision to make. You don't know which way to go. Okay, let's go ahead and get that. We need to nip that. We need to cut that. Tuck that, throw it in the trash can. Okay, it is your season. It is your time. So if you are finding yourself still caught up in fear and you don't know which way to go or what decision to make, click the link in the description box. Okay, talk to you guys later.